Hey everyone and welcome to Storytime. My name is Jake and today we are going to be looking at the subreddit r/talesfromtechsupport, where people who work in tech support tell us their best and craziest stories they've had while on the job. I don't accept that answer. I work in tech support for an ISP that handles internet, TV and landline phones over DSL and fibre. Last week we had a large disturbance on a huge majority of our TV customers that caused their TV boxes to display a certain error code. It took a few days before we found what the error was, and fixed it. It only seemed to affect customers from fibre networks owned by third parties, but since it spanned several different companies, we knew the error was somewhere on our part. When customers called, we told them that it was a large problem and that we were working on it, but since we didn't know what the error was yet, we couldn't give them a time frame of when the TV would be back. But after it was solved, they were free to call back and we would happily refund them the cost of the TV for the couple of days it was gone. Most customers were happy with that answer. Several of them are relieved that the problem isn't on their side. New TV boxes are expensive. But as usual, there is always that one guy that goes against the grain. Me gives the information listed above. Silence. Customer. Yeah, I don't accept that answer. Me, slightly confused. Sorry? I don't accept that answer. It's BS. I'm afraid that's all the information we have so far. No, it's not. What's the real story? This is the real story. You can't possibly not know what is causing it. You know. Now spit it out. We don't know. That's why we are in the process of troubleshooting. Every time someone calls in with the problem, we send their information forward to the department working on it. Every report helps narrow it down and makes it easier to find the error. So, if you have any neighbours also experiencing this problem, please tell them to call us. Every report helps. No, my neighbours have functioning TV because they don't have your BS company. I'm sorry you feel that way. I'm really not. He had a really rude tone of voice. You have to know what the error is. You are a huge company. We really don't know. It's working for some customers till it's not a full stop. The only thing we've noticed so far is that those who are affected are customers from third-party fibre networks, but it doesn't affect all third-party customers. We know it's on us though, since it spans several third-party companies. I called my third-party company and they said it was fine on their part, so you can't blame this on them. I didn't. As I said earlier, we know it's on us. We are working on a solution. So what am I supposed to do now? Just sit here with my thumb up my butt? Well, I wouldn't use those words, but yes, for now you need to wait. And yet you expect to keep paying for a service you can't deliver. This is a ridiculous thing to say. An error like this will be solved before the week is over, and that customer was billed every third month. It's not like he's going to have to pay a bill while it's not working. And on top of that, I said we are offering refunds. Well, earlier I mentioned that you can get a refund if you return once it's fixed. I don't want a refund, I want my TV working. I muted. Unmuted. I'm sorry sir, but I can't do that. Then, I want to talk to someone who can. I'm afraid there isn't anyone who can do this. You said it yourself, I can't do that. You said, I. So that must mean someone there can do it. Don't try weasel out of it now. Okay, then let me rephrase that. My company can't get your TV working at the moment. BS. Just connect me over to the guy who can fix this for me. Or at least the guy who knows what the error is and can tell me when it's fixed, since you are just useless. Like I said earlier, we don't know what the issue is. Well, someone does. I want to talk to that person. They probably just don't tell you guys because they don't want the customers to know. What would the company earn from keeping that info from their customers? Me, with my patience slipping, let's say the company did know what was wrong and didn't tell me. Why would they then tell me the name of someone who did know and let me connect customers over to him? We don't know what the issue is. We are working on it. I'm afraid that's all the information we have at this point. So, you're telling me your company is completely incompetent? Me, not going to answer that. You know what? I want to cancel my subscription. Gladly, then you are no longer my problem. Okay, I'm sorry you feel that way. I'll connect you over to the customer service department if that's okay with you." The customer, probably annoyed that I called his bluff, hangs up as he is muttering insults and curses. I mean, what did the guy expect? Did he think I would go, "Oh, haha, you got me. We actually just turned off the TV service for all of our customers for fun. This will cost us a lot of money, but it was all worth it." Since you, clearly an intelligent and, dare I say, handsome individual, caught us, we'll just go right ahead and reactivate the TV for you. How does that sound? Where 16 plus 16 is less than 20. So I worked for a major retailer's automotive department, providing support both technical and mechanical for any of the automotive centers. We got calls for just about everything, from printers not working to how to rebuild oil pumps. One of the pieces of equipment was a battery charger/tester. This tester would, over the course of 45 minutes, charge a battery while assessing its health. The call we got was that the battery tester was tripping the breaker and ruining the test, which caused issues with a customer who would then have to wait another 45 minutes from whenever it tripped. So, the first thing we ask is, do you have anything else plugged in? Because these testers draw up to 16 amps, so we required dedicated 20 amp circuits. Turns out they had 2 of the testers on the same circuit. While I'm in the process of telling them that this is why they are having issues and they need to go through their facilities manager to get another circuit run, my manager overhears me. I get told I am wrong and that 2 testers isn't the issue, and I would be wasting company resources by having them run another circuit. So I let them know I'll call them back and start digging into the product documentation and find the relevant sections stating that a normal 15 amp outlet will not work as the tester will hit the 16 amps during charging and testing. Naive me believed that my manager just hasn't seen the documentation, so I bring it to his attention, and am met with attitude and the information that, "That's just what they have to put. I've talked with our account rep before and they have assured me that that isn't the case." So being that I know the account rep well, I sent an email asking what the actual specs were, because a store was having issues and that my manager said they were real world specs. The response I got was that 20 amps dedicated was required, and that damage that occurred by incorrect power would not be warranted. Again, naive me brought this to my manager's attention, as having our warranties in peril seemed to be a big issue. Also, to update him on the fact that the power requirements were accurate. I'm pretty sure I was almost fired on the spot for going around him and insubordination. So at the end of the day, I had to agree with him that 16 amps plus 16 amps would not overload a 20 amp circuit. For the next 2 years, I got to see countless testers from 800 plus stores get sent back and forth to the manufacturer for repair, only to be found working perfectly, at $300 a pop plus shipping. It's no wonder they had to file for bankruptcy, but are still around. You know what, based on that logic, they could probably power the entire world based on 16 amp devices. That's just free unlimited power. So, Windows 10 walks into a bar. I work for an MSP, and while I am technically marketing now, I earned my wings out of college working IT support, and most of my job is deep technical writing on cloud solutions working with engineers in about a half a dozen fields. My corner pub recently changed owners, and as part of the changeover, they were upgrading their POS system, which required an update to Windows 10, which required a new hardware. I know the owner, and he and I had spoken a few times about the process, so I knew what was going on. One day, during happy hour, a guy walks in with an oversized tower under his arm and sets it behind the bar. It takes him a little bit to get everything tied into a closed register, and the tower is sitting on top of the bar. It's a quiet day, so I'm idly watching him and the game at the same time. Then, he hits the power button. Full neighborhood blackout. Every normal sound goes away. The jukebox, the TV, the hum of the coolers, and is replaced by the rattling whine of compressors shutting off. An alarm system beeping in the back room. Just as quickly are the sounds of horns from outside as the signal starts blinking red. I smirk from my place at the bar and say, "Well, that's a whole new level of incompetence." He looked over with a sheepish grin. He knew what it looked like. "That wasn't me." That's what all you IT guys say. No, seriously, that was not me. I laugh. Sure, you'll be blaming it on DNS next. At this point, he realizes I'm pulling his chain, and we get a good laugh out of it for a few minutes until the lights come back on and he's able to get the first POS set up. Hey everyone, I hope you're all having a really good day and that you enjoyed that video. If you want to check out some other videos, then click on screen right now or check out the playlist down below. If you liked that video, then please do leave a like on it and subscribe down below if you aren't already. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon.